if there's a problem with U.S. And the issue here for me, it's not about war. It's about stopping Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. That's what it always was. That's how Trump views this. Okay, they
Hmm.
walked away from the negotiation table, and then he said, "Bibi, do what you got to do." Now we'll go back to history. There's a very historic point that I would employ if I were in the White House in the State Department. I would say, let's look at the Lend-Lease Act. Let's look at FDR. That's what FDR did when he couldn't get into it. When England was under fire, England almost fell to the Nazis. He started the Lend-Lease Act. He would give the military equipment. If your neighbor needed your garden hose, you could lend it to him, and if you really needed to buy it, then he could lease it or lease it or pay for it later. Give Israel 10 B-2 bombers and 500 bunker busters under a Lend-Lease Act. Go to Congress and ask for it if you have to, but give it to them and give it to them and let them do the job themselves.
All
So we're
right.
already giving them
I
all the weapons.
would.
Every weapon that they're using is American made. It's
Right.
American made steel and American made munitions that were ramming right up Iran's ass in plain English.
Right.
So you know
It's
what? Does it really matter? Does it really matter at this point? Really,
right.
if that's going to be the point, then do what FDR did. That
Right.
Democrats say he's the greatest Democrat president, right? So let's do what FDR did.
Right. Andrew Jackson's the greatest Democratic president, but in my opinion. But and there's the Lend-Lease Act. What you're talking about, I would support. If he wants to go to war with Iran, he number one has to get the approval of Congress, and he has to sell the public on it, the way that George Bush tried to do, the way that every president would do. He can't just decide to go to war. That's never going to work in a functioning constitutional republic
Yeah.
that we
Do you
have.
think he could get the votes for a modern day Lend-Lease Act?
He would get that. He would get that.
Then that's what Trump should do. It would be an
Right.
easy win, and all the people that are against war and entanglements should vote for it because it keeps
Right.
us out. That's what
Right. No,
FDR
that that
told
look
in
in Israel. Israel doesn't need us.
Yes, they
I
do,
can
Michael.
only
Militarily, Israel
right.
needs us to drop B-2 bombs and those bombs. They don't have the military capability that we have. We are the greatest military the world has ever known.